Book 1, Law of Salimi, Chapter 38, Practical Training and Actual Employment. Do you still remember about my experience of acquiring scholarship funding for my degree program? The organization allowed me to pursue my practical training with them for the duration of 3 months. The organization was established as a government-owned organization which began to move towards becoming a private organization. I was thinking on whether I should mention of their actual name in my life story, but I seemed to be unable to find any specific reason to actually mention them. They operated their core business in reinsurance business all over Malaysia and several other countries in Southeast Asia. I guess that I might not actually need to mention their actual name without actually affecting my life story, so I would not mention their name to protect their anonymity and to show that I did not hold any ill intention towards them or anyone associated with them. For my final semester in my degree program, I went for practical training with this reinsurance company for 3 months. I was studying the thesis on the study of international expansion strategies. While I was there, I had learned the basics of how the company works in the underwriting department. It was good. It was a good learning experience for me towards transitioning from being a student into becoming an actual employee working for a huge organization. It was a great introduction for me about the real life working environment. I did my best to adhere to the company's rules and regulations. After 3 months had lapsed, I completed my thesis and submitted them for appraisal. I managed to receive the following result. For the final semester project paper, my GPA is 3.67 and my CGPA is 3.70. The hours earned for this practical program is 12 hours and it made the accumulated degree program of 72 hours. With this final subject, I had completed my degree program and ended my studies at UiTM campus Shah Alam. Now I began to embark into the life of employment which started at the reinsurance company because of the contract that required me to work with them for 2 years. It was a great opportunity for me considering that it was not very easy for anyone who just graduated to find employment during the economic situation in 2004. So I was very grateful to be employed by the reinsurance company, which was rather a huge company. I could vividly remember my interview experience while applying for the scholarship with this company. In order to sell myself and make myself to be unique in the eyes of the interviewers, I had to convince one of the interviewers, whom I later found out was the CEO of the company, that international business program that I studied was extremely important. I also remembered saying that I love to overcome any challenges given to me as well as learning new things in my life. I had claimed that I could work on any task given to me no matter how trivial or difficult that task might be. Obviously, I told them all of those in order to make myself very enticing and interesting applicant for the scholarship. However, the truth is, I had never lied when I said something regardless how outrageous the words that came out of my mouth. In fact, I always uphold the motto of I do what I say and I say what I did. It might be considered to be stupid of me to say those things about myself, but I meant every single word that I had said. If I had said so, I will definitely do it. By living with this motto, my life had become significantly more adventurous and challenging. This is the degree certificate that I completed from the Faculty of Business Management. It's in 19th of August 2004, which I completed the Bachelor of Business Administration with honors in International Business. This is the signed signature, and this is the Malay version of it. Now it is the official transcript, which indicates that I had finished my studies. All the courses that I got exempted, that I took for the first semester until the end, which dictates or shows that I graduated with the CGPA of 3.70, which is the first class degree program. So I had included my certificates and transcripts of degree for international business as a proof that my story and life experience at your ITM campus Shah Alam was an absolute truth. Equipped with my degree in international business, I began working at reinsurance company for the contract duration of 2 years. The human resource department was not certain as to which department I should be working in, so they decided to put me on a 3 months rotation for each relevant department to my international business degree. At first, I was appointed to work with the claims department. Considering that I was new and lacking of any working experience, my supervisor began to set me up with the easiest task possible. I was assuming that none of them knew much my CGPA was, or knew about me being one of the best students at your ITM campus Manggata. Nonetheless, I was given the task to do photocopies, which should last me for the whole day. It took me a very short time to finish all of the tasks given. Next, I started to request my supervisor for a new task. Finally, after a brief discussion, they began assigning me with a backlog task of scanning, which would last my rotation duration for 3 months at the claim department. I guessed that none of them would be willing to trust me enough to test me with the real task that they were currently doing. Instead, they chose to give me some trivial assignment so that I would not disturb them for the next 3 months. So I took the assignment with a smile. I feel that I should show that my own ability in order to gain their trust. I took the assignment as a challenge for me to finish them perfectly and as quickly as I could. Next, my superiors began showing me how to operate the scanning machine and the right way to perform scanning, as well as filling the details of each document scanned. It was complicated at first, but nothing that I couldn't handle. After a while, I was left with the scanner and a huge stack of documents. So I began working on each document, which would take me around 5 minutes for each document and filling up details about the document. Soon, I began to realize if each document took 5 minutes to be completed, the huge stack would definitely took me the whole day to complete. Darn it, I hate it, but I need to prove myself by committing myself to complete the task assigned to me. After a while, it took me the whole morning until noon for me to go through the pile of documents. It was done perfectly following the standard instruction given by my superior. However, I was really pissed off, doing something that was causing me stress. With half a day left and half the stack of documents left, I requested a help from my superior. I asked her whether I could scan the documents using my own way. She would not allow me to do so because it might not produce the best result. I tried to convince her by saying that I could produce the same result and possibly even better with much faster pace compared from using the standard procedure. She asked me to ascertain that I could ensure the same result. I smiled with confidence that I would do my best. I told her to let me do the scanning my own way and she could check my work after I had finished scanning. If my work was not at par with the standard procedure, I would use the old procedure, and she agreed since she was no expert in scanning the documents. She made me promise that I would produce the same quality of scanning with perfect details on the documents form. If I could achieve that, I was allowed to do any method that I wish. With that, an agreement was struck. Okay, that ends the chapter 38, and hope to see you in the next video.